Hey, everybody. It is Tuesday and it is 7 o'clock. That means it is Candid Talks with Dr. K. I am so excited to be back with you again this week. We have another guest. Last week we had Dr. Bernarda Nicole Baker giving us some incredible information. This week we have Dr. Tassha Faison. Dr. Tassha is known for brain health, wealth, and all of those things. I'm going to let her introduce herself to you to tell you all of those things that she is, that she does. And like I say, guys, this is just a candid talk. This is 30 minutes of us just chatting with each other and getting to know our guests. And so our guests are always individuals, everyday people who are living purpose-filled lives, and they're living out loud. Are y'all ready to meet Tassha? I know I am. All right, let me bring her in the room. Tassha!
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, girl, I am good. It's so good to have you on.
I am excited really to be on with you, just to have candid conversations or candid talk with Dr.
Candid Talks, girl. Yes, ma'am. We're just having a candid talk, okay? And I absolutely love it. So, hey, guys, go ahead and join us right now. Do me a favor and share the recording. I know I did. That's why I was looking down. I just shared it with some other individuals, and then we're just going to jump right in. Tassha, did you share it with your community, your people?
Well, see, and that's why I'm looking around, because I'm trying to share, and then I actually want to read some of these chats that may be coming up, or if there's any questions.
Yes, most certainly. You can do that. Listen, if people are chatting to you, tell them, go ahead and chat and let us know what they're saying on your page. I'm going to let you know what they're saying in my page, and I'll also let you know what they're saying in the comments.
Yes,
all right.
ma'am.
Super. I love you in this yellow, ma'am. You're looking good.
Thank you.
With the bling cap and the bling earrings and the bling necklace. Okay, ma'am. You're looking like money. You're looking like regal lifestyle.
Thank you. And my favorite colors, which are black and gold.
Black and gold. Yes, ma'am. Well, you look absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Tassha, for being here. I mean, Dr. Tassha. Wow. Thank you, Dr. Tassha, for being here. Tassha, so really, who is Tassha Faison? Who is Dr. Tassha Faison? Can you tell the people about you, who you are, and everything that you do?
Yes, I can. And I'm going to be very candid because I love candid conversations. Before the titles or anything like that, I am an only child to my mother. And I'm a girl. I had stepbrothers. I was raised with boys. Yes, I grew up in the country. I rode my 3-wheelers and my 4-wheelers. So even though we say regal, I am regal. But hey, I can get dirty too, guys. I like to do several things. I have 2 sons. So again, I have 2 boys. They're grown and they're out and they're doing their own thing. I am a lifelong learner. I love to learn. People sometimes ask me, are you in school again? Are you in school again? Yes, I am in school again. I love learning new things. And it all started from when I used to ask questions and people would not really give me the answer, or they would not do their best to support or help me. So I was like, fine, I'll go to school and I'll learn and I'll do it myself. So that became a habit for me. So I do love school. I am now walking in my purpose. I found some things that I truly love, and that is not only continuing to learn about brain health, but also to help people and train people on brain health, understanding their brain.
Okay, awesome. Now that is very interesting, and you segued right to what I want to talk about, because I have known you to do so many different things, Tassha, and you've always been excellent in everything that you do, particularly leadership coaching. It's one of the ways that I really have gotten to know you. But there's this other facet of you where we talk about the neuroscience and leadership. And so can you talk to me a little bit about what the brain health or the neuroscience and leadership is? Like how do you make science go with leadership? Talk to me about that.
Okay, so I'm going to answer that question, but I kind of want to go backwards if it's okay. Please. by giving you or giving the people really my foundation behind all of this, because people that do know me, they know that I am not only a lifelong learner, but I am a person that loves the Lord. Okay. I am a I tell people I know where I was born, but literally I think I was born at the church, in the church, as a baby. So I've been in church for a very long time. And so people that's been in church for a very long time, you guys know the different things that we experience. So one of my foundational scriptures to what I do, that's why I wanted to go backwards, is Romans 12:2. And
okay.
is do not conform to the pattern of this world, but formed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. So I took it a step further because I was like, you know what? We say this all the time, but I wanted to get the message version.
Yeah.
So I did write that down here. And the message version says, so here's what I want you to do. God is helping you take your everyday, ordinary life, your sleeping, your eating, going to work, and walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Embracing what God does for you is the best thing you can do for him. Don't become so well adjusted to the culture that you fit into it without even thinking. Instead, fix your attention on God. You will be changed from the inside out. Readily recognize what he wants from you and quickly respond to it. Unlike the culture around you, always dragging you down to its level of immaturity, God brings the best out of you. Develop well-formed maturity in you. So this is my foundational scripture to why I do what I do concerning brain health and helping not only individuals, but organizations and, do leadership training. Because if you want to transform, do it by the renewing of your mind. Do not conform to the world, but renew your mind. So I help people break free from those worldly patterns.
Okay.
I do that through neuroscience-based techniques that transforms your thinking and your leadership skills.
So the neuroscience, Tassha, is there's a spiritual component to neuroscience.
Yes, ma'am. And what I do is I deal with from Dr. Amen's teaching as well. I am currently a mentor for some of his clinicians there. Yes, I'm in school, guys. I'm going that route.
Forever student.
Yeah, forever student. But we look at the 4 circles of life, and that is dealing with your social circle, your psychological circle, your spiritual circle as well, and also your physical or your biological circle. So all 4 of those circles should have a balance. There's something in each circle that you can be doing to get better, to become a better version of yourself. So what we do when we couple different based on who you are and based on whatever assessment your assessment says, we focus on winning something for you in each circle of your life. You know how people say live that balanced life or live life in harmony. You want to work on those 4 circles. So that's what I do.
Wow. So you're talking about a holistic approach, right, to mindset management. And so what I heard you say was when you train your brain, your life changes.
Yes, ma'am. And that's something that also comes from my mentor, which is Dr. Daniel Amen. And I do have pictures of him. I have to send to you. You could have showed that picture because he's an amazing person. And he wrote a book that's entitled "Change Your Brain, Change Your Life."
Change your brain, change your life. All
And
right. So when we talk about living purpose, hey guys, and if you're just joining us right now, this is Candid Talks with Dr. K, and every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, I am bringing to you a candid talk with an everyday person living a purpose-filled life. And my talk today is with Dr. Tassha Faison. And Dr. Faison, I have known her through the Maxwell Coaching Group. I have known her through different leadership cycles and a lot of different ways. Tassha's life and I have crossed paths. But now she is doing something that is, I would consider unique, right? And it's a neuroscience fused leadership with a spiritual component. And so what Tassha is talking to us right now is about using science to change your mindset, to change the way that you think, that there's a spiritual component to it, that there is a biopsychosocial component to it. And when we put all of those things together, it changes the way a person thinks about themselves. As a result, their environment, which then changes their life. Yeah? I love it. It sounds like social work. I love it. Change your brain and change your life. I absolutely love it. Listen, we're getting some heavy hitters on Candid Talks. So if you are a person and you know that you are doing something phenomenal and you are living purposefully and you would like to share it with me, y'all, it's 30 minutes. All we do is having a Candid Talks. So go ahead and hit me up. Candid Talks with Dr. K at gmail.com, or you can get me at Carrie@kzamar.com. And I will have you on this show for us to have. I don't really call it a show. I call it a talk series, right? So Tassha, so let's talk a little bit about your John Maxwell coaching, because I am sure that everything you have learned also from John Maxwell, that you fuse it and you bring it into what you're learning from Dr. Amos as well. So talk to me about your coaching style and how do you integrate those principles of neuroscience, John Maxwell, leadership into your coaching business. Look at my husband's talking about here. Can he get on Dr. K? Yes, Stephen, you can be my guest. Why is he so messy?
I love it though. I love it. So
talk to us, Tassha. Mm-hmm.
So yes, I am also a John Maxwell coach. And like John Maxwell says, everything rises and falls on leadership.
Yes.
But if your brain isn't functioning at its best, then what? You're not leading at your best. So I do couple a lot of John Maxwell's principles also with Dr. Amen principles. So and the first one of the laws that he teaches, the law of awareness. You have to be aware. So when I couple that with neuroscience and leadership clarity, how do I say this? I'm going to say a leader can't grow if they don't understand their own brain function.
Oh, I love that.
He can't grow if he don't understand, or she can't.
Because leaders have to grow, right?
Yes.
Leaders must grow, but leaders must also be self-aware and realize when they need training or continue training. Absolutely. I like that, because I think a lot of people, when they are placed in leadership positions or they become leaders, they believe that they have, this is it. I'm a leader. I'm at a ceiling. There's nothing else I need to learn and grow. When that is such the antithesis. This is the time that as a leader, you really need to be sitting underneath somebody's mantle so that you can learn and glean and grow even more. Wow, yes. I love that.
So what I do there with people, I send a simple assessment to them so that they can learn their brain strengths and their brain weaknesses. And then we dive into how they can grow from there.
I love it. Tassha, how did you get into this? How did you get into the neuroscience and brain health?
Let me tell you. First, I started with John Maxwell.
Okay.
And you know, and this is Candid Talk. And I am a person that's very
Girl, be candid.
Yes, I got to tell you. So as Carrie Ann said to you in the very beginning, is that she I did multiple things, and she said I was excellent in those things. But did I feel fulfilled in everything that I did? No. But the caveat to that, I love helping people. I am a people person. So being a part of John Maxwell, I met another mentor of mine. His name is Paul Martinelli with the Empowerment Living Community. And when this brain health revolution started, I'm a founding member of that revolution. And I jumped right in, so that I can be a part of it. So what you see now, I started from the very beginning to help grow this to where it is. But it was a no-brainer for me to join it because I'm ex-military as well. I'm retired Army, and I had a lot of things that happened to me while I was in the Army. And one was traumatic brain injury, you know, a lot of emotional trauma, a lot of physical trauma, just different things that changed my brain and the way I responded to things or did things or reacted to things. And it wasn't making my life a better life. It was making my life a worse life. Remember, if your brain work right, you work right. But if your brain don't work right, you don't work right.
Yes.
So changing my brain was a no-brainer.
Wow.
Now
Wow.
you have the new me, and I'm still growing into the new me. And I love who I am today more than I did those years ago. And even yesterday, I love myself even more today.
Yeah. We're going to check out some comments. I see Stephen Bird. He says, preach, Dr. Faison, help the current and future leaders. We got Anitra saying, amen. Anitra also says, I love that. Change your brain, change your life. Y'all, thank you so much for checking in, and do go ahead and drop the comments in here. And Dr. Tassha, like you said, I have known you in so many different arenas of life. And thank you for your military service. And all of those years that you did. And I know that you were somebody who was injured in your military service, like you just said, that you really had to change the way that you were thinking. And so that was very intentional. Although I have always known you to be a leader, you saw yourself as a leader needing a leader to grow. And so thank you so much for that vulnerability and transparency as well. You have sat under some powerhouses, ma'am. Right? Yeah. You named John Maxwell, that I know you know personally. You talked about Dr. Amos. You have talked about so many people. You've also, in your wealth training, you've had the opportunity to sit under the millionaire Fawn Weaver. So talk to me about millionaire. I'm sorry, that's a B. Not an M, but that's a B. You've had the opportunity to learn, right, and train from individuals like this. So Tassha, just kind of talk to me about these rooms that you find yourself in, right? So I know the question is going to be like, number one, how does she find herself into these rooms? And when you are in these rooms, tell me, how do you glean and utilize what you learn in this room into your own life? Loaded question. Number one, how do you get yourself in these rooms? And then number two, when you are in there, how do you take what you get from the room and apply it to your life? And this is why I say that, Tassha. I think a lot of people attend conferences just to attend the conference, take a cute picture, said I attended the conference, but they don't apply anything that they have learned to that conference. And that is something that my coach Cheryl Williamson says all the time as well. So what I want to know from you is, how do you get into these rooms? And how do you utilize what you learn in these rooms to your own life?
So I'm going to say something that's really simple, and it's probably cliche. I hear you teach it. I see you post things about this all the time. But the truth is, you have to first set goals for yourself. And I implement this with the one-page miracle. When I'm working with clients, I give them a one-page miracle to fill out. I fill out the one-page miracle. I do my brain health assessments. And the one-page miracle is basically you setting goals in different areas of your life. So, and it's saying, this is what I want for my life. We don't focus on what you don't want for your life. So for me, I focus on what I want, and my brain actually begins to map out the direction in which I should go, right? And that's how I really find myself in rooms that I need to be in. And then there are rooms that I learn about, or when I do my research and I say, you know what, I need to be in that room. And not only do I need to be in that room, if that room is at a cost, this is where some people mess up. Oh, I can't afford to go to that room. Oh, I ain't giving that kind of money to go to. No, you pay what you need to pay to become the person that you're supposed to become. You got to pay the cost. You have to pay for it.
I don't know if you've ever followed Cheryl Williamson. She says that all the time, to invest in yourself. And so this is one of the things that you and we just talked about, that people go to these conferences They don't want to pay. They don't want to invest in themselves. They want everything for free. They go to the conference to take pictures and don't do anything. So people have invested in you. You find yourself in spaces and places. Ma'am, you're a billionaire Fawn Weaver. How did you take what you learned from that conference and apply it to your life? And I'm not talking about giving people stuff for free, right? How do you do that? And what can you say to the people out there that just want stuff for free all the time?
Well, I'm going to answer both of those questions. When I'm in the room with people that you definitely can learn from, not only do you take studious notes or record, you come back and you apply it to your life and you actually begin to implement it and do it unafraid. A lot of times it's the fear. Those are the worldly patterns that you're conforming to. That's why that's my scripture. Sometimes it's fear that's holding you back. You feel like I'm not her. I'm not that person. I don't sound like that person. I don't have her money. I don't have, no. You don't have it because you're not taking steps to have it. And
ooh,
don't be
Tash, you got to
afraid.
slow it down for us. Ma'am, you are saying you got to slow it down because you are giving so much. Slow it down and tell them again what you said.
Girl, I be flowing. I'm like the lady that you had last week. I don't
They're
remember what I
not
did.
hearing it. You sound like Dr. Bernarda. They are hearing it, but they're not applying it.
I mean, because of and why? It's plenty of reasons why people don't apply. They feel fearful. They feel like I don't look like her. I don't sound like her or him. I don't act like this person. But look, that person didn't start out the way that you see them now.
Right.
They started out by taking the first step. And guess what? A lot of people fail. There's a book by Ryan Leake that I love. It's Fail Forward. I believe it's Fail Forward. Mm-hmm. And you have to learn in the process of your failure. Even John Maxwell said, when you fall before you get up, did you learn something? And when you learn it, do something different. You're not going to be perfect when you get started. I'm till this day still doing what I need to do to get to where I want to go. If I feel like when I'm nervous, you know what? I just breathe. Take a deep breath. Breathe out, because I believe the God that I serve, and he's going to do whatever it is he needs to do through me, because I release everything to him. And whatever word that needs to come out, it's going to come out and it's going to work out no matter what. And I'm just not afraid. If I trip and fall and you laugh, guess what? I don't care, because I learned something. I took the step to learn something, and you're just laughing at me, but you're not stepping out on the things that you just heard. Because some people hear and don't get it.
Right.
And when I hear and don't get it, you know what I do? I ask questions. Hey, I don't understand that. Help me out. Because I may not know how to implement it. So now you have to go and ask questions and learn how to implement it for your life. I'm just not afraid to do it anymore. I was that girl, believe me. But guess what? You're going to stay stuck if you keep being that girl or that guy.
Ma'am, Tassha, I am just, first of all, thank you so much for coming here. Y'all, me and Tassha, we go way back. And so I am just so thankful. I have seen you grow, and I love this neuroscience, brain health that you are doing, and how neuroscience, spirituality, and leadership are fused together in changing the mindset. It helps in building wealth. It helps in really becoming who we are destined to be in God, right? It really is aligned purpose. And so thank you for sharing that. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for your truth and your transparency. So we have some comments right here. We got your Stephen Bird.
Oh, let me read these comments.
They didn't start out where you see them now. That's the message. We got Cheryl Williamson. She says, great info. Y'all, talking about great info. Please subscribe to Cheryl Magazine. You trust me on that one. We're going to have Cheryl here one day as well. Cheryl said, this is a word. She also says, not taking steps to have it. Archie says, come on and apply. And Cheryl says, you're so powerful. Listen, my sister, thank you so much for being here. Keep on walking in your calling. Fear, it's a killer. If you never take the steps to get it done, you will remain stuck. The first step is literally just taking a step. If you fall, you're going to fall forward. At least you did something. The people sitting on the sidelines laughing at you, they don't matter. They're not tied to your purpose. Let them laugh. I have this wonderful book by Mel Robbins that I've been reading. It's called Let Them. Yo, let them. Whatever it is, let them talk about you. Let them laugh. Let them not join you. Let them do them. But by all means, align yourself to your purpose and your calling. Tassha, how are you going to close us out today? Hold on one second. We got this message from Anitra. Anitra has a question. She said, what was the turning point in your life that made you say, I need a change? And what was the step you took to start it around, to turn it around?
So my last deployment, when I was hurt, I was out of it for a very long time, for years, actually.
Mm-hmm. Tassha, where were you deployed to?
My last deployment was in Afghanistan. I went to Camp Leatherneck and then Kandahar. So, and when I came back, I was on medication a lot. You know, they give you these pills for depression. They give you these pills for anxiety, PTSD, all those things. And so I was living on medication to wake up and function, and also to go back to bed. So, you know, we get the sleep pills too. So I was living this like just mundane life, and my kids were suffering because I was not really there. I was not really present. And that was the turning point for me, watching them suffer. I knew I had to do something different. So I actually did get a brain scan, which is a brain spec scan. And it shows you your blood flow in your brain. So what the doctor diagnosed me with, PTSD, you know, those anger outbursts and all those different things, and medicated me for, there was really a simple explanation for that. Oh, and let me back up. And this is no shade to the church either. What they called demons, it wasn't a demon either. So with the brain flow to your brain, I had little to no brain flow to my left temporal lobe. And you guys can Google this if you want to. And when you find that there's no blood flow to that left temporal lobe because of a hit, you fell on a rock, you played football, you fell out of a tree, it don't matter. You grew up with this condition, and people are telling you that you are mentally ill. It causes those things that I just told you: anger outbursts, you know, just anxiety, panic attacks, PTSD. It causes all of that. So then it was just small supplements that they started me on, not drugs, supplements that help boost the blood flow to my brain to heal those areas, because you want your brain to grow. That's the best. That's the organ you need to pay attention to.
Wow.
And it began to grow, and some of those things began to taper down. And I was able to spend more time with my children, attend basketball games, because being in the public and loud places was not good for me. But then now it's all good for me. So I went all in. That was the turning point for me. I'm all in. And I'm all in with helping other people also experience the change in their life.
Yeah. So you recognize that your life you were not living a purpose-filled life, and you intentionally took steps to change that. Right?
Yes.
Guys, so we're back to that word, taking the steps for the life that you want, right? A lot of people talk about living a purpose-filled life, but we don't take the steps to do it. And thank you so much for sharing your story with us, Tassha. Thank you for taking the steps to live a purpose-filled and intentional life. And Anitra says, thank you so much for sharing that. You guys, so I have been talking to Tassha Faison. Dr. Tassha Faison is a John Maxwell certified coach. She's also a certified neuroencoding specialist and a wealth expert. We didn't even get to the wealth. That means you got to come back, Tassha. Okay. Yes. Tassha tells you how to get your money right
and protect it.
She tells you how to get your money right and protect it. Y'all, you know, it's a candid talk. We only got 30 minutes. I am seriously thinking about expanding our talk series to longer than 30 minutes. But we get so much in 30 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the people say. If y'all want Candid Talks to be longer, drop a message and let me know. Right now it's 30 minutes. Tasha, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for sharing with us. We definitely going to have you back to talk about wealth building and wealth keeping, right? And particularly for women, wealth building and wealth keeping. We will definitely bring Dr. Tassha back and have a conversation with her. If you want to get a hold of Dr. Tassha, you can follow her on IG, and that is at Tassha F, and that's Tassha with 2 S's and an HAF on IG. You can also go to her website and yourregallife.com. You can get her there. Info at yourregallife.com. You can get Tassha there. Or you can just type her name in, Dr. Tassha Faison, and all of her information will pop up. Follow her there. If you want her on a guest on your platform, please feel free to reach out to her, or you can reach out to me and I will connect you with her. Join me next week for Candid Talks right here again. Y'all have seen me fanning. You see me sweating. Y'all, it's called a perimenopausing. And next week, I have Delcina West. You too, girl. Next week, I'm going to have Delcina West, who is a certified wellness practitioner and the director of wellness at Advent Health. Delcina is going to come and talk to us about wellness, physical, mental, and she's going to talk about this perimenopause. The things the aunties and the grandmas and the mamas did not talk to us about. We're going to talk to us. Delcina is going to be here to talk about it next week. All right, Tasha, lead us out. Just give us something on brain health and thoughts and mindset as we close out Candid Talks this evening. Y'all, thank you so much for joining us. You have the last word, Tasha.
Yes. Seriously, take your brain health serious. Change your brain, change your life by doing simple things like getting the proper rest, 7 to 8 hours, because that will help you with the brain fog. And, eating the proper foods and drinking plenty of water. That's a good start. That's a tiny habit to start with. Just enjoy life.
Awesome. Y'all, thank you and good night. Stay on, Tasha.